Paul, what's the value of a mercy pull when you have a couple days between games and a showdown with the first place team coming up?
That wasn't a mercy pull, Ken. That was enough, but it wasn't. Connor it wasn't like a 40-shot barrage through 2 periods. It just wasn't gonna. He was as good as our team. It was the way it was going. So we got lots of hockey here. Spread it out over the 2 goalies. That's all.
We'll go next to Mike McIntyre from the Winnipeg Free Press. Go ahead, Mike.
Paul, we've heard from Blake and Connor. Blake said he's got to shower, get on the plane, and sort of forget about it. Connor said throw it in the trash. Is it as simple as that? Just move on, forget about it, or?
Yeah, it's not simple, and it shouldn't be misconstrued as casual, because the important part of that game is the next one. So handling, look, we had a tough night here. We an entire hockey team that's got a minus on them. Both goalies played, so it was at the very least well spread out. We've been a good hockey team through the first 24. We had a very difficult night here tonight, but we won't. That's certainly not the definition of our team. So we'll move on, get ready for the next one.
We'll go next to Scott Billick from the Winnipeg Sun. Go ahead, Scott.
Well, some might say that type of game, based on some of the defensive coverage that has been, kind of around in the last few games, was coming. I don't know if you would look at it like that, but I mean, some of those goals in the
6 of the last 7 wins.
Well, I'm just going by. Yeah. Anyways, I'm wondering about the defensive coverage in the second period tonight. I mean, it didn't look all that great, I guess.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Defensive coverage wasn't great in the second period tonight.
We'll go next to Francois Gagnon. Go ahead, Francois.
Yes, good evening, Paul. A lot of fans like the fact that teams play back-to-back or even sometimes 3 games in a row. I understand that. I don't know about your schedule and how you faced those situations so far this season. But as a coach, we've seen many times this season like a total reverse on a second game. On a coach side, are those back-to-backs or 3 in a row a good thing for you, or it makes it more difficult to get something going?
No, I don't. We like them. We like them for the road schedule. The Winnipeg, especially the Winnipeg Jets, because it completely changes our travel life, which is very difficult where we're located. So we like that idea. I think what you do. So I wonder if I don't know. Somebody can run this study. The team that loses, if you've got a team that's above 500 and you lose a game, what's your winning percentage the next night? So I would say if you're above 500, the chances are that your winning percentage is probably pretty good the next night. So the difference is that, we're not a very happy hockey team right now. And we'll take that focus into Toronto. So because you're playing the same team back to back, there's more, focus on that energy. I do think that if you're talking about a team that's over 500, I think the team that loses the game the night before has a mental advantage. Right, that's just human nature, right? This is a competitive league, and I think you have a better chance of getting that focus. Just look at the lengths of the winning streaks in the National Hockey League, and they're awful short, right? A 1 and 2 game winning streak it puts you right up near the top. So I think it's just you don't notice as much because you move on to the next city, but a good team that loses the game the night before finds a way to compete really well the next night.
We're next to Murat Atesh from The Athletic. Go ahead, Murat.
Thanks, Gregor. Hi, Paul. I guess you just said the second period defensive coverage wasn't good tonight. There are some games when they get away from you that you'll change pairings, you'll rearrange lines and things like that, and some you keep the same. I'm wondering what goes into that, especially on a night like tonight.
There wasn't a place to go tonight, Murat. There wasn't a line going and one line struggling a matchup that was an issue. I mean, we were. It's almost a flat first period. We get a bad break on the first goal, and we lost 7-1. Man, there was no place to go.
And final question to Ken Weave from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Ken.
Well, when blowouts are so rare, is it easy to turn the page?
I'm sorry, Ken. I missed the very first part of that.
When blowouts are so rare and your group has been resilient, is it easier to turn the page, or can there be a greater cost to a one-sided affair?
So those are the things that you're always mindful when you're dealing with a tough loss. I don't find this to be a casual group, a hardworking group. We've had a good start. We had a tough night in here, straight across the board, and we'll leave it. But that idea is to lead it. We'll come to work in 2 days. You know, it's our first of practices, probably our last practice for about 7 weeks. So we'll come to work and we'll get ready for the next game.